Wes Lee with your weekly Mesonet Weather Report. We continue to be blessed with rainfall this calendar year. In fact, if we look at the statewide cumulative rainfall since the first of the year, shown here by the dark line, and compare it to the long-term average represented in the blue fill area, we see the state as a whole continues its 4-month run ahead of schedule. Rain this week dropped measurable amounts statewide and a whopping 5.8 inches at Hobart. Following closely behind was Mangum with 4.6 inches of rain. Turning now to soil moisture, we see this week's rain made a marketable improvement at a few locations, but is worsening quickly in the Panhandle. The 4-inch fractional water index on April the 17th showed dry soil conditions in Kay and Texas counties, along with slightly dry conditions near Altus and in the northwest. A week later, on April the 24th, the 4-inch soil moisture is reading full at Altus and most of the northwest counties. It is also much improved in the north-central region. However, the Panhandle has lost soil moisture over the week due to limited rain and high winds. The National Weather Service forecast for the first week of May shows the wet streak is likely to continue with above-average chances of rain. Gary will now tell us more about longer-term rainfall patterns.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, I don't have a U.S. drought monitor map to show you because we don't have drought in the state. We don't even have abnormally dry conditions, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods just yet. Let's take a look at the Mesonet rainfall maps and see where we might be in a little bit of trouble. Now, as Wes showed you, we did get a pretty timely rainfall up across north-central Oklahoma. That alleviated some of our concerns for that area, even though if you look at the last 30 days, we do see that area is still about 50% below normal. But that rainfall we had this week did stop our concerns there for at least a week or two. Now, the Panhandle, however, it's getting pretty dry. We see in the percent of normal rainfall map that they are less than 25% of normal in some areas and less than 1/3% of normal in all areas. And we see those dry areas as we go over to north central and northeast Oklahoma. Those are our problem areas, and those are the areas that need rainfall. Now, the saving grace for the Panhandle is some of the previous moisture they received. If we go to the growing season to date, the growing season starts on March 1st, we see the Panhandle, at least some of it is above normal. So they do have some reserves of moisture. Of course, they do need more. But then if you go over to northeast Oklahoma, north central Oklahoma, centered around Osage County, that's an area that continues with those deficits. Again, the timely moisture this past week did help in that area. We were going to ask for abnormally dry conditions on the drought monitor map, but that alleviated those concerns, at least for this week and maybe a couple of weeks. Those areas will need some rainfall in the next couple of weeks to stop from being labeled on the drought monitor map. So let's hope we get some moisture in here in those select areas. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.